What an incredible rally in Thena. The THE token went up more than 100% in the last 24 hours alone. Let's have a look at what's causing this rally, whether or not this rally can continue, and if it still makes sense to buy Thena. Let's have a look at on-chain data most people aren't considering to figure out what's happening behind the price action. Who's buying here? Who's selling here? So we're currently at $3.31. We are up 134% today, almost 1,700% this week, at more than 2,300% this year. Now, Thena is the second largest decentralized exchange on the Binance Smart Chain. And here's the news that's creating all of that excitement. Thena gets traded on Binance and is getting an airdrop. It's 7% of the max token supply, and there's an earning program attached to this. Now, this is no surprise. The Thena token, or THE, does not get traded most on Thena itself, but actually on the Binance centralized exchange. 9.5% of spot trading volume happens on Binance. And we've got a ton of derivative futures contract trading as well. More than 2.2 billion worth of Thena tokens moved hands in the last 24 hours alone. And so then this chart is no real surprise. It's mainly driven by the very large buyers. We can see this here on the right on dexscreener.com. There's only 36% buyers versus 64% of sellers, but we are still up 143% because the amount that the buyers buy is way larger than what the sellers are selling. Now here's the website, but there's not a lot of unique information that can help us estimate whether or not this rally lasts longer. Let's look at the data most people are not considering. Let's first get an idea of how Thena compares in trading volume to the largest of the decentralized exchanges on the Binance Smart Chain, which is PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap had a trading volume in the last 24 hours of 1.3 billion. Thena had a trading volume of 300 million. So PancakeSwap is roughly 4 to 5 times larger. The market cap of Thena is 260 million. The market cap of PancakeSwap is 900 million. So roughly 4 times the size, a bit less than that. So if the trading volume of Thena today was representative of what's going to happen in the future, and if the tokenomics were exactly the same, then Thena would, relatively speaking to PancakeSwap, now be overvalued. Now here's an interesting chart. This shows how much money is currently locked up in the Thena decentralized exchange. How much money is in the liquidity pools, in the staking programs, etc. And this did go up with the recent rally of the Thena token, but generally speaking, it's not really a nice trend, unfortunately. We peaked at 170 million roughly, and now we are at 50 million. Let's have a look at a few social metrics. So we've got 175,000 followers on the X platform. That compares to 15,000 members on Telegram, and that compares to 22,000 holders on the Binance Smart Chain. This recent rally is definitely generating a lot of attention. What we've got here on the left is the number of new wallets per day for the THE token in the last month. And before the announcement, this was minuscule at around 20 wallets or so. This then shot up to 3,300 wallets, then climbed even further to 5,600. And we can ignore the latest data point because today hasn't yet finished, right? Today has just started. There is a lot of growth, and we can also see this in the number of new users relative to returning users. This spiked a lot. There was a lot of new wallets getting in. We see this also in the number of buyers and sellers per day. It went pretty much 30x with that announcement. And there is an interesting development on chain regarding this price development in the last month. So the price skyrocketed, but here's what happened on chain. People bought the token first, and now they're moving all of those tokens and some to the Binance centralized exchange for earning. Now on the left side, we see small retail investors. Those are wallets with at least 300 THE tokens. That's worth roughly $1,000 worth of the token today. In the middle, we've got medium-sized retail. So that's now $10,000 worth of the token. On the right, we've got the whales. That's $100,000 worth of the token. And the whales are doing this move the most. So it seems to be a clever thing to do, right? The whales tend to make the better calls. You want to follow whatever the smart money is doing. And so with that lockup program, of course, the liquid supply suddenly gets down a lot, which means that the price can go up, right? Less supply, same kind of demand, or even increasing demand means a rising price. Now let's also have a look at the long-term development. So this is just the holder development in the last month. Let's also have a look at this since launch on the Binance Smart Chain. And we did see pretty continuous accumulation across the board. It was most constant among the whales, but now the whales are all quote unquote cashing out, or should we rather say deploying the capital, putting it to use. Once the earning program becomes less attractive, once people withdraw their Thena token token, then of course all of that price appreciation can turn around again. This is what we have seen, for example, with the Cake token when they announced their staking program. Now, here's the thing. I believe that most upside potential is in the small market cap tokens. And it's especially in the meme coins. Have a look at this. In the last 7 days, what performed the best? It's all meme coins and it's hundreds of % potentially. We talked about Chill Guy early on this channel. We talked about Bully early on this channel. We also talked about the Tits token early on this channel. So feel free to follow here. Because here's the problem. Once a token rises to a certain market cap, it takes a lot of capital again to double and triple the token. And especially for meme coins that do have a lot of risk, that can easily go down by 50-60%, you do still want to see the upside potential. And so when the market cap is already pretty high in the billions of dollars, then there is not that much upside potential, but there's still the downside potential. So the risk versus reward isn't that great. Have a look at this. This is the largest meme coins in the last week. Pretty much everything went down. Only Dogecoin went slightly up. So once a meme coin has risen to a certain level, it's time to be cautious. It might make sense to go into the tokens that are not in the billions, but only in the tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions. But the question is always, how can we pick the right small meme coin, right? There's so many small meme coins. How do we not get burned? And I believe the answer to this is wallet tracking. So the blockchain is 100% transparent. And so once we've got a wallet of a certain influencer, of somebody that moves markets, of somebody that is a top trader, of somebody that did do the right things in the past. Once we have those wallets, we've got a very nice mechanism to filter what to buy and what to sell. Have a look at this. So this is Martini Guy, and he bought the Moon token when it was still at 4066. So that was even before the listing on Radium. So that was directly on the pump.fun ecosystem platform. When he bought, his position went up by more than 4,000%. Of course, it subsequently collapsed, but that's the idea of trading, right? You don't just want to buy and hold meme coins. Meme coins are a rotation game. You want to be in as long as the momentum is positive, and you want to exit very quickly once that turns around. Have a look at this here. Another alert by the Martini Guy. He bought the Fatties token, again directly on Pump Fun. And again, a very similar development. So the purchase happened directly on the platform. Subsequently, the price went up by 1,680% and then came crashing back down. Now, what's important with buying tokens that early, with tracking other influencers, is that first of all, we have to take profit, but secondly, also we have to be somewhat diversified. We can't bet half of our portfolio on a single bet. This is very risk on. So here again, the Martini Guy. He bought Chippy, and that was at 2022. Here are his purchases. Now it's at 2016. So there are trades that don't necessarily always work out. It is a game of risk versus reward. You want to buy when the upside is still there. You don't want to buy the meme coins that are in the billions of dollars. But when going risk on like this, it's more important than with any other strategy not to lose everything, right? It's important to make small bets every now and then take profit when those make multiple X returns. And so that's why I made several tutorial videos on the topic, on risk mitigation, on portfolio diversification, of course also on-chain tracking, etc. Now I've talked about him now often enough, so here is that guy. This is Martini Guy. He's got 150,000 subscribers and we track 12 of his wallets. We did this through on-chain analytics. We found out some of his wallets. But check this out. This is Alex Becker's channel. We also track his wallets. He's got 1.5 million subscribers. Now, when he talks about a token, it puts that much attention on the token that of course the price has to rise. We've got also 12 of his wallets. We're also tracking Crypto Banter with 1.1 million subscribers. We've got 33 of their wallets. And so I really believe this is the way to get an edge in crypto. It's not just buying random tokens that are funny, that are in some kind of list of trending tokens. I think it's much more important to follow the insiders. It's to follow the early money. It's to follow the people that have more attention and that can push prices higher. I like this strategy of wallet tracking that much that I made a dedicated tutorial course on just that. So it's 8 videos in total. It's how to find influencer wallets, it's how to track them. It's also how to interpret the signals that we get from the tracking. Once we have a signal, we of course also have to discuss when should we buy, when should we sell. We have to discuss our on-chain analytics. We have to compare what kind of conclusions we come to. That's why we've got our dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, in case you don't learn anything, just message me within the first 7 days and I will refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. And so does it make sense to still buy Thena right now? Potentially, right? There's still an imbalance between supply and demand. That being said, at some point this will turn around again. This is a play with tokenomics. This is somewhat artificially inflated. And so there's going to be some volatility along the way, right? So it's probably important to put some kind of a trailing stop loss as well. It does not make sense to be in the token when the crash starts. But right now momentum is still positive. We're probably going to rise a bit further, but at some point this will turn around, I believe. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video or see you in premium. Cheers.